Okay, so today's old man bicycle rant is about modern tech and constant progression of group sets and extra gears and electronics and hydraulics and all the rest of it. It's all amazing, but it was just to let people that are starting to ride a bike, whether it's a mountain bike or a road bike, know that you don't need any of it. None of it. You can ride a 10-year-old bike and get yourself into the sport, and then if you want to go down that route of the latest and the greatest, then you can, and it's great, you know, if you've got the funds to do it, by all means. But most of this new tech is geared towards racers, which is probably less than 5% of people. Most of us don't race. We ride for fun, ride with our friends. You know, I've got a carbon road bike out just over there, 11 speed, latest bits and pieces on it, and the bike I ride most is a 9-speed rear cassette with a Dior mech on it that's about 10 years old, and it's a gravel bike with basically old mountain bike components on it, and it's super tough. The chain's nice and sturdy because the 9-speed chain is a lot thicker than 11, 12, 13 speed chains. It's just a reliable bike. You know, I've got that carbon thing there, but I'm 48. I'm not getting any faster, and to be honest, all I wanted was a carbon bike, and once I got it, the difference between that and my aluminium bike, it wasn't enough to merit the difference in cost, basically. And I mean, you know, just because the problem is, it's making people think that they can't get involved in the sport or join a club unless they've got the latest 11 speed, 12 speed hydraulic brakes on a road bike, for instance. And it's just not true. I mean, most clubs welcome you despite, you know, whatever you're riding. They'll help you to upgrade. You know, people have got bits lying around and things, so it's a good upgrade path being involved in a club, but it's not needed. I mean, it literally all trickles down from racing. It's just not needed for the average rider. If you can afford it and you enjoy it, I'm not knocking that, that's fantastic. And you know, there are advantages to it, but it shouldn't keep somebody out of the sport. It's like saying that it's not worth driving a classic car because it's out of date. But the reason people drive classic cars is because modern cars are numb and automated and no character. So sometimes being underbiked and riding that older bike can be a brilliant experience. You know, it could be a real proper adventure day out. Like when I'm old, so I remember when mountain biking started, and you just went out your front door and went out for a day's adventure. You'd be out all day. There was no suspension. You know, this is stuff like this old Saracen in front of me here with no suspension at all. And that was kind of part of the challenge of it. You know, you couldn't just plough through everything with massive amounts of suspension. It was, excuse me, door's just closed on me. It was more of a challenge. It was more about skill and technique and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm not saying nobody should buy the latest stuff. I'm just saying don't hold yourself back because you haven't got it. Just ride what you've got.